I'm thinking of the person who really is about to step on a big metabolic journey where they know they need to lose like 100 pounds. They know they need to make some of the changes like around the quality of their food. They know they need to fast. And yet the actual application of all that is really difficult. And they also could hear something that you just like what you just said and feel like it's not going to work, and nor do they believe it. So and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, what do we do when we are making these kind of affirmations and yet we're like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And I'll tell you, I had so many people after the fire give me so much advice. And Lisa Bilyeu gave me some of the best advice. She said to me, I know someday you're going to teach from this wound. And that was such a beautiful way for me to step into my own healing journey. And I think there's so many people that are listening to this podcast that understand some of the principles and they know they need to apply them. And yet the action of doing that all of a sudden brings up so many limiting beliefs about who they are. So when I go to read a statement like what you just said, is it a little fake it till you make it? And then one day all of a sudden you believe it? How do we help the person that's like, hopefully they haven't turned off the podcast at this point, because I think what you're saying is so powerful. But what do you do when you're stating an affirmation over and over and over again and you don't believe it?
Yeah, I love that you brought that up. Left-brainers have a really difficult time with what I just shared. Left-brainers are more analytical, give me facts, give me figures. And I do share scientific evidence that this works in the book to appease the left-brainers. Right-brainers understand this. But here's the good news about the left-brainers. Once you get this, you guys take off. You guys and gals take off. I would say a few things to address that. We've been taught that we need to see it to believe it. We learned from Dr. Wayne Dyer that we'll see it when we believe it.
Yep.
Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, first and foremost. And faith and fear are the same thing. You're putting energy into something you cannot see. Why not choose the faith? Bob Proctor shared the greatest definition of faith that I've ever heard. He said, faith is the ability to see the invisible, to believe in the incredible, which will permit you to achieve what the masses think is impossible. So as you read the affirmation, you're not going to believe it. It's not you. It's going to feel phony. It's going to feel fake. That's normal. That's all part of it.
Yep.
But give me 30 days.
Yep.
Do it for 30 straight days. In the morning, read it. Right before bed, read it. 30 days in a row. And I promise you, it will change your entire life. 30 days. If you're at this point right now and you haven't got the results you want, your way is not working. Why don't you try mine for 30 days? Why don't you try this for 30 days? It's going to feel weird and phony. It's not fake it till you make it. That's not the way that I would word it. But it's changing the way that your self-image was built. It was built this way. Mindy, think about it this way. When you were born and your mom and dad said, hey, Mindy, that's your name, Mindy, don't ever forget it, and never repeated your name. They had to repeat your name over and over and over, repetition, and then you thought, I'm Mindy Pelz. It's the same thing. It's the repetition, constant space repetition. What built your self-image right now is the constant space repetition. What's going to change it? It's the same thing. It's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen in 7 days, but it will happen tremendously. Amazing results in 30 days. So have beautiful. The faith. Faith and fear are the same thing. Choose the positive outcome here.
So beautiful. I was remembering a time when I came out of college where I had gained quite a bit of weight from all the pizza and beer. And I remember feeling so frustrated and trying to figure out, we didn't have the education that we have now on metabolic health. And I was trying to figure out what I could do to drop about 25, 30 pounds extra weight I was carrying around. And I was looking in the mirror one day and saying all kinds of horrible things to myself. And all of a sudden, this thought popped in my mind. could you find one body part that you like? And so all of a sudden I started to look around and like point out like the shape of my eyes or the size of my ears. I like my ears, like little tiny things. And then I started to obsess on the random little pieces that I loved about myself. And I did that for about a week. And then after a week, I was like, is there another place? Is there another place? And the next thing you know, I started to create this excitement to go to the mirror and see what I could discover about a body part that I hadn't been giving enough credit to. And sure enough, within like a year's time, I was at the size I wanted to be. And that was in my early 20s. I'm 55. And do you know, I do that now. I literally look in the mirror when I'm hopping in the shower. I'll look at my naked self in all her imperfections and zone in on that looks good. That looks good. I'm really happy with that. That has become my go-to because I've been doing it for so many years. And if you tie in some of the affirmations that you're stating, I think that is really, really powerful.
I love that, Mindy. That's great. And at first, I'm sure it was weird.
Oh,
for
so
you to do
weird.
that. Yeah.
It was like little things like my hair. I was like, oh, I've always loved my hair. And then it was like, what do you think? It was like I asked myself questions like, what do you think of the shape of your ear? And I was like, I kind of like my ears. Those work. Like, and then you start realizing that all the time, this time I had been staring at myself and only seeing what I didn't like. And not ever, and I had missed all the parts of me that I did like. And it over time, it changed how something is that we do every day. I now look in the mirror and I'm focused in on what I like. It's really it's really turned out to be a beautiful process that I haphazardly fell into. So it ties up so nicely with what you're saying.
Yeah, it does. And it's that constant spaced repetition. It's a universal law. What you feed energy into expands. So you started to feed energy into what you loved about yourself, and you saw more things that you loved about yourself.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Look, the subconscious mind is completely what's called deductive. Psychologists call it deductive, meaning it accepts everything as truth. Real, imagined, anything you plant in the subconscious garden of your mind will manifest. It's the subconscious mind that moves the body. So we're reprogramming that subconscious mind. These are the only two ways to do it: an emotional impact or constant spaced repetition. So yeah, 30 days. Give it 30 days. It'll change your life.
And I like what you said. Well, if your way is working, then stick with your way. But if it's not, try Ben's way. It's really true that we hold on to our limiting beliefs. So I thought that statement was so well said.
Thank you for that. And a lot of people are not aware that they're holding themselves back with their thoughts. You cannot escape a prison if you don't know you're in one.
Yes,
First
really true.
step is to realize you're in a mental prison and you get yourself out. It's really simple. Constant spaced repetition. That's it.